Today we are going to talk about habits. So, you know what? I would like to start talking about this phrase. People do not decide their futures. People decide their habits, and their habits decide their futures. F.M. Alexander. What do you think about it, Archimedes?
That's uh, it's a very truly.
So,
It's a good reflection about that the, the the habits we have uh, in everything.
that's it. All right. Thank you very much, Archimedes. Viri, what do you think about this phrase?
This is the real word. Is mm, discipline.
Huh?
It's important for doing everything in the life.
That's it. You're right. Okay. Thank you very much. Moto G, what do you think about this phrase? Hello, Moto. All right. Eduardo, what do you think about this phrase?
Well, I think it's true. What you do every day is what defines you. If you are a person with good habits, you can achieve great things.
That's it. And you know what? I guess that it applies not only in our professional life, but also it applies with our health. I guess that whenever we have a healthy food, whenever we eat healthy food, we can be healthy also. Whenever
Yeah,
we exercise, whenever um, we have some hobbies, it is nice also, and we can be mentally healthy, and it is
yeah,
very important also.
I agree.
All right, so look at this. Um, Here we are going to talk also about frequency adverbs. So, do you remember how to use the frequency adverbs?
So I think so.
Here you are some of the frequency adverbs. So give me a second. Okay, here we go. All right, here we are. Do you remember how to use always?
Yes.
Usually? Okay, and
Usually,
Okay.
sometimes, sometimes,
yeah,
often,
often.
or, okay,
Okay.
once. What about once?
Once.
Like once a day a week or once week in a
Excellent,
month.
excellent. That's it. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
That's it. Pretty good. Twice. What about twice?
Like twice days a week.
Twice a week. Okay, yes. And what about three times? Here we have three times.
I walk 3 times a week.
That's it. Pretty good. Several times. Here we have several times.
I like to say I eat uh, good uh, or healthy food several times.
That's it. Pretty good. Here we have also time expressions. For example, every day.
I take a wash every day.
I take a shower every day. Okay, pretty good. So what about every Sunday? Here we have every Sunday.
Like to live to eat
Aha,
every weekend,
yeah, to go to eat every weekend or every Sunday.
every Sunday.
Pretty good. And every year. Here we have every year.
I make
Christmas.
some,
Ah,
yeah, I make some goals every year.
hey, that's very good. Some good proposals.
Okay.
Pretty good. All right. Do anybody have any doubt about this topic?
Teacher, several times is similar to Sheldon?
Seldom, yes.
Yes?
Yes, it is very similar to seldom.
Y occasionally?
Occasionally, yes. Whenever we do something more often than several times, we can use occasionally.
Okay.
It's a little more frequent than occasionally. All
It's the
right.
same like seldom.
Yes, a menudo, seldom. But you know what? Seldom and often is the same. They are synonyms.
Ah, okay.
All right. So, you know what? Let's do some exercises, some little exercises. Here we have choose the correct sentence. Example, here we have the never is at work. Jim is at work, never. Jim is never is Jim at work, or Jim is never at work. For you, what is the correct?
Never at work.
D?
Letter D, all right. What about the others? What do the others think?
For
A.
me, A.
Hey,
A. Jim never eats at work.
Could be, but guess what? Whenever we are talking about frequency adverbs and we are using the verb to be, the correct is to have verb to be before and later on the frequency adverb. So the correct one is, in this case, that we are working with to be, is D. Jim is never at work.
Work.
Because, as I told you before, we are using to be. But what happened if we are not using to be? Look at this, number 2. We have usually lunch at 12 o'clock. We usually have lunch at 12 o'clock. We have lunch at usually 12 o'clock. Or D, we have lunch at 12 usually o'clock. Excellent, Archimedes. We usually have lunch at 12 o'clock. In this case, the correct one is B. What do the others say? Do you agree? Hello?
Yes, only when
I'm
I
thinking.
the verb to be is first to verb to be and the frequency then.
Aha, that's it. Only with verb to be. First the verb and later on the frequency. Otherwise, we use first of all the frequency adverb and later on the verb. Okay, so what about number 3? Here we have number 3. She travels always by train, or she always she travels by train. She always travels by train. She travels by train.
She always travel by train.
A.
Okay. You know what? I guess that the correct one is C. She always travels by train. Remember that if we are using verb to be, then the verb is before. But in this case, the verb is not to be. So that's why we use C. He always travels by train. All right, so what about number 4? They go out sometimes in the evening. They sometimes go out in the evening. They go out in sometimes the evening, or they go sometimes out in the evening.
Letter B.
Letter B, all right. Do you agree with Archimedes?
Yes.
Right. What about the others?
B.
Okay.
Hi, Belén.
Yes, the correct one is B. I totally agree with Archimedes and you all. Yes, they sometimes go out in the evening. Excellent. Claps for you. All right. Now let's go to the next image. So here, let's play. I am the doctor, all right? And I am going to do some questions for you. Let's go to the chat. So you know what? I would like to know how often do you eat?
Take a shower
No, how often do you
in
eat
this week.
Well, you know what? Now that we don't have water, I guess that
Yes.
water is not going to be very frequent.
Sometimes.
I
Thanks.
hear something about
Yeah. What did you hear?
I hear that they fix the principal how do you say ducto?
Pipe.
The principal pipe to carry the water to Mexico City,
Uh-huh.
and they broken again,
Oh my. Is it?
or they doesn't work very well.
Then that's the reason.
Yeah, and they take uh, the last way or the past way to transport or to carry the water
Oh my, that's why. Well,
because the thing or the price of this uh, how do you say conductor
director.
director uh, doesn't doesn't work very well.
My goodness, that's a real problem.
Yeah,
Let's hope that it gets better soon, that it is fixed.
uh, maybe fix it, but they take the choice to use it the all way to carry the water.
My goodness, Jesus Christ. So, are we going to die?
Why?
Because of the water. I can't figure out how we are going to live without water.
Maybe in the next Saturday you can take a good sh- uh, shower.
Oh my, Jesus Christ. Then I am going to look for some perfume or
No,
something like that. Oh my, I am really scared.
I thinking about that how does the city smell?
Jesus Christ. Something like in the 18th hundreds in France, that they related that the smell of France, the smell of the city was terrible. It was something like well, I don't know. I can't figure out how it is going to be. Schools. In the schools, it is not possible to work.
But the people in the Europe
Uh-huh.
is normally don't take usually a shower or every day doesn't take a shower.
Oh my.
That's the reason because the perfume or
Uh-huh.
the Paris perfume from Paris is very very good.
Yeah, it is very famous because it has to be very effective.
Yes, they take or how do you say tapar?
Cover.
Cover the the the, the humor, the humor,
Yeah, the
and
human odor.
the human odor and the last perfume.
My goodness, can't believe it. Jesus Christ. And we are going to live in a European way.
Yes,
My
I
God.
agree.
Yes,
Jesus Christ. I am scared.
for a week.
Yeah, for a week. Let's hope that just a week.
Or a month.
No,
No,
please. No. Jesus Christ, that's scaring. Oh my. Well, as I told you before, let's hope that it's just a week, no more.
I hope so.
Yeah, let's hope so. Oh my, I am scared. I am really scared. I'm scared to death. But let's hope that it's not so much. All right. You know what? Today we are going to talk also, why not, about how often do you take a shower? Well, some people used to take a shower every 2 days. Some people used to take a shower every day, and nothing ever happens. It's okay. So, what about you, Archimedes? How often do you regularly take a shower?
I take a shower. I take a shower every day.
That's it. Very good. And so, what about you, Belém?
Take a shower every day, teacher.
That's it. So, what about you, Viri?
Take a shower every day because I do exercise.
Yes, so you have to take a shower mandatorily.
Yes.
All right. And so, what about you, Eduardo?
I take a shower every day, miss.
That's it. That's pretty good. You know what? There are people who take 2 or 3 showers a day.
Yes.
Whenever they go to work, before they go, they take a shower. Whenever they come from work, they take a shower. And before sleeping, they take a shower again.
Or after doing exercise.
That's it. So I guess that with this problem of the water supply, those are the people who are going to suffer more. As I told you before, let's hope that it is solved pretty soon. All right. Well, okay, pretty good. Here, Biri said, I always eat fresh vegetables. It's the answer for my question. And Eduardo said, I don't eat fresh vegetables. Why, Eduardo?
I don't like it, miss.
Don't you like fresh vegetables?
No,
But they are very
I
healthy.
don't eat vegetables.
And don't you have some?
Yeah.
Don't you have some problems with your stomach?
No, I don't like it.
That's it. And you don't eat them.
No.
Wow. And so, Archimedes, he said, I often eat fresh vegetables. Pretty good. Okay, another question. Another question. How often do you eat? How often do you eat fresh cheese? Okay, that's my question. How often cheese? Okay, Archimedes wrote, I usually eat fresh cheese. Pretty good. Okay, Belen said, I always eat a piece of cheese. All right, I occasionally eat fresh cheese. Very good, Viri. All right, so Eduardo, what about you? Don't you like cheese?
Yeah, Miss, I like. I usually eat fresh cheese.
Hey, that's good. You know what? Fresh cheese is very good. I really love it.
Yes.
Some quesadillas. Oh my, pretty good. Okay, and so another question. Tell me, how often do you ride a bicycle? Okay, Viri wrote, I love to ride a bicycle, but I rarely do it. Hey, why, Viri?
Because my bicycle is in the house of my parents.
Ah, that's it. So you don't have, temporarily, you don't have access to your bicycle.
Yes, and
Oh,
I don't bring me in the new house because it's
oh,
apartment and there is a house.
that's it. What a pity. What a pity, because to ride a bicycle is beautiful. It's wonderful.
Yes.
All right. Well, what a pity. Eduardo wrote, I always ride a bicycle. Excellent. Eduardo, please talk to us why you always ride a bicycle. Do you go to work by bicycle or do you go to school by bicycle?
I go to work on a bicycle, Miss.
Wow. Hey, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
every single day.
Wow. It is so healthy.
And tired.
And yeah, it's so tiring. But you know what? It is sustainable.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to go on car or in other
Transportation.
yeah, because it's really tired sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. How long do you ride your bicycle?
How long?
For example, well, I don't know where you live and where you work. Is it
Um,
far?
it's pretty. I don't know, like 5 or 6 kilometers.
Yeah, it's a little far,
Yeah,
relatively far.
it's yeah, it's a little far from my home, my work. So I don't like to take the bus, and I think I'm more faster than the bus. So I have to do every day.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes it is faster to go by bike
Yeah,
because the traffic.
yeah, exactly for that.
That's the reason. You know what? Time ago, I used to ride my bicycle from home. It was kind of like 6 or 7 kilometers. But if I try to take a taxi or if I try to go by the public transportation, I was always late to work.
Yeah,
So that's why for me it was much better to ride my bicycle.
yeah, and it's that I always go to working on a bicycle.
By bike. Hey, that's great. Thank you very much, Eduardo.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Archimedes said, I never ride a bicycle because I don't know how to ride it. Oh, don't worry. You can learn, and it's nice.
But I think that it's not time for to learn
Oh,
because
yes. Yes.
yes,
Well, I think so.
Really?
maybe I will try it.
That's it. Pretty good. All right. And so, Belém, I don't know, is about, you don't know how to ride a bicycle, Belém?
Yes, teacher. I don't ride a bicycle.
Don't worry, you can learn. As I told to Archimedes, it is not
No,
difficult.
You don't
Maybe,
no,
like it?
no good, no good.
You
No,
don't like it?
or maybe you are afraid of that, or are you terrified or something like that?
it's difficult.
No, it is not so difficult. But, well, for some people, sometimes it can be stressful because they feel that it is dangerous.
Maybe at the beginning, no, miss.
Yes, as everything.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a little child, I used to cry and say, no, daddy, please, please, no. But nowadays, my daddy used to tell me, hey, baby, stop riding your bicycle. You are not a little child. You are an old lady, so don't do that again. But I didn't pay attention to that, I guess, because I continued riding my bicycle.
Okay.
He told me one day, you know what? You are an old person. If you fell down, you are going to have a very big damage. But I didn't pay attention to that. Once upon a time, a car crashed me up with my bicycle.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh, yes. And you know what I did? I took my bicycle and I went home, riding my bicycle, of course.
How how long were you?
I was 47 years old.
47 years.
Yes, now I am 50 and I ride my bicycle yet.
I need uh, of 50 years. How,
Yeah,
you, you, you do you think I can to learn?
I guess that you can do it. I am 50 years old and I ride my bicycle, I dance folk, and and I am think that I am a little chamaquita, so I can do many things.
Okay.
Teacher,
I,
I prefer drive a car.
Yeah, you know what? The first time I drove my car. For me, it was so scaring, and I prefer to ride my bicycle. But later on, I said, many people can do it. why in the name of God I can't do it? So I
Yeah.
started doing so, and now I am not a cafre, but now I like to do it.
I agree with Belen because it's easier to drive a car.
Yes, that's it.
It's more comfortable
Ah, yes.
as is safety, more safety.
That's it. You know what? I remember time ago I was riding my bicycle, and suddenly it started to rain cats and dogs. So when I came home, I was totally soaked. So I went to the bathroom. I didn't
Okay.
take my clothes out. They were all wet. So I went to the shower with my clothes and my shoes, and
Yeah.
I had a shower, but it was so exciting. Yeah, it was so nice. My daddy
You
told me, baby,
you wash your clothes.
yeah, I washed my clothes in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so nice. My daddy told me, baby, you are crazy. You are an insane person. I said, hey, I like it, daddy.
You was
The
practical
toilet?
person.
Yeah.
Into the toilet?
But you? Yeah, I really love it. And well, sometimes, and you know what? That day I was also crashed by a car.
And
And
it's
so,
the same day.
yeah, I was crashed by a car, and later on, when I was coming back home in my bicycle, on my bicycle again, it started to rain, and I said, "Oh my, that's not my lucky day." But anyway, it was a good one. So when my mother saw me, she said, "What happened to you, baby?" And my father said, "Don't say anything to her. She doesn't want to obey." But oh, come on, Daddy.
Do you think that you never wake up this day?
Aha, yes, that's what I thought. So I said, "Oh my goodness, what's happening to
Okay.
It's a little dangerous now, miss.
a lot dangerous?" But you know what? In that case, well, it happened when I was in my commute home. I didn't think that it was going to happen something like that. But whenever I realized that I was alive, that nothing happened to me, I thank God, and I promised that I was going to be more careful, of course. But you know what? Whenever I ride my bicycle, I am a very responsible person, and I am very careful. But that was totally an accident.
But sometimes don't depends of the riders,
Hmm. That's it. It doesn't.
depends of the drivers.
That's it. That sometimes happens.
I think that is one of the reason that Belen get afraid
Mm.
or
Yes.
get terrified.
And you're right. It can be dangerous sometimes. I think that the problem with me is that I am a very rebellious person, as I told you before, and sometimes I am a daredevil, and so eh, sometimes it brings consequences.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's okay. I like to ride my bicycle either. Okay. Well, another question. Tell me, how often do you eat? How often do you eat fresh fruit?
No, vine a comer aquí.
Okay.
All right. So, how often do you eat fresh fruit? Okay, Archimedes, pretty well. I always eat fresh fruit, pretty good. Belen, I always eat fresh fruit, excellent.
I always eat fresh fruit too, miss.
Wow, pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so look at this. Now what we are going to do is that you are going to do some questions. All right, please help me to write some questions in the chat. Viri, I every morning eat fresh fruit. This is correct. Yes, Viri, that's correct. Or you can also say, I eat fresh fruit every morning.
The same?
Yes, it could be the same. It's more preferable to use the time expressions at the end of the sentence. But as you said, I every morning eat fresh fruit. It's okay. It's correct also.
Okay. Mm, sorry, yes.
All right, so Viri wrote.
Is the correct skate. This is skate.
Ah, skate. That's all right.
The correct.
It's okay.
The
It's,
autocorrect.
how often do you skate? How often do you skate? Pretty good. Okay. Okay, pretty good. How often do you go to the movies? Excellent. One more. Okay, Archimedes said, I never skate. Don't you skate? Why? Ah, Belém, how often do you go party? Okay, pretty good. How
The
often?
same, the
Yes,
same reason that I don't,
ride a bicycle.
I don't ride the bicycle.
I understand that. You know, I don't ever roller skate. I never learned how to do it. I was terrified of skates.
Skates.
Was a child. I didn't, but I don't remember. I scared now.
Do you? Hey, that's beautiful. And do you skate for going to work or for going to school or just for fun?
Just for fun.
That's beautiful. That's so nice. Okay. Ah, look at this. How often do you exercise? Very good, pretty. And Belen, how often do you eat honey? All right. Hey, to eat honey is very healthy.
Fresh honey.
That's it. Do you know that eating honey brings many different benefits for our health?
Yeah,
Like,
I know that.
What are some of the benefits that honey brings?
I don't know.
Uh, I I know that the honey is like to and like to antibacterial.
That's it. It's oh my. Well, what's the name of the medicine that we eat or that we take when we have an infection? Antibiotic.
What
Antibiotic.
kind?
Honey is a natural antibiotic.
Antisep?
No, antibiotic.
Antibiotic, yes. And it
This
can,
is the infection.
that's it. And it can also regenerate our skin. For example, if you cut, or you burned your skin, you can put honey on it, and it is going to be regenerated very soon.
For the wrinkles too.
For wrinkles.
The honey is very, very health. No, how do you say saludable, teacher?
It's a natural. It's a natural sweet.
That's it. It's a natural sweet also. So if you want to eat something so sweet and you don't want to eat sugar, then you can honey.
¿Cómo se dice más saludable que el azúcar, por decirlo así?
It's healthier than sugar.
Healthier than sugar.
That's it. I totally agree. Yes, honey is very good. So how often do you eat honey?
Occasionally.
I usually eat honey.
Hey, that's great. That's pretty good. Hey, you know what? Didi wrote something so interesting. How often do you visit the doctor?
When I get sick.
And how often do you get sick?
Not that often.
Never?
Once a year.
Once a month, teacher.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah.
A month?
Once a month.
Oh my, it's so frequent.
Why?
Because ay, ¿cómo se dice? Chequeo.
Check up.
A
No,
checkup.
check up. Ajá. Check up.
Every
That's
month.
once a month. Well,
Once a month.
Maybe one time in 6 months is
Twice
good.
per year.
Twice for year, yeah.
In the last year, for me, I was to the doctor twice a year.
twice a year. You know what? I haven't seen my doctor for 5 years. I don't know if he's alive. I should visit my doctor just to say hello or something, to drink a coffee. But yeah, I haven't seen my doctor for 5 years.
Yeah.
One of these days I am going to visit him and to say, hey, doctor, please tell me, how are you? How do you feel?
Never in my life.
I had a godfather doctor.
Oh my, do you?
Yeah.
Your father is a doctor?
Godfather.
Godfather.
And how often do you visit him?
Like my godfather, usually maybe twice a week, twice a month.
Hey, that's good. And as a doctor,
Twice a year.
that's great. That's much better.
Yeah.
I have always thought that the best thing of having a good doctor and having a good lawyer is never to need their services.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either.
My my godfather is for a good doctor.
Hey, that's wonderful. That's very good. All right, and tell me, look at this. What about your hobbies? Here we have some hobbies, for example, to watch films, to go swimming, sewing, listening to music, crafting,
I sleeping.
oh, sleeping. Hey, that's
I
delicious.
sleeping, teacher.
Is it your hobby? Eh,
What is grafting means?
ah,
I sleeping. I eating.
that's delicious. Crafting means whenever you do, into Spanish we say manualidades,
Ah, okay. Okay.
right? So what about quilting? Uh-huh,
Quilting.
quilting. Or practicing ikebana?
Cabana?
Ikebana, that's so beautiful. I'm going to show you what is it. Here we have. So
Artista que van.
yeah, that's it, ikebana. Ikebana, it's the art of arranging flowers. It's a Japanese art. But it's nice because whenever you have a party and you don't know what to give as a gift, you can do ikebana and it's so elegant.
Like to bonsais.
Kind of like that, but bonsai is an alive plant, and ikebana is just for ornament. It's put the flowers and you do the arrangements, but
A, nat- a natural flowers.
natural flowers.
Natural flowers.
So into Spanish we say floristeria,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sí.
but into Japan they say ikebana.
Mm.
All right. So what about it? Or maybe you would like to do paper cars?
Okay.
Yeah, don't you like to do paper cars?
It's a little difficult.
Yes, a little, but it's nice. When you have children, you enjoy very much
Yeah.
to do the.
My little son had uh, a book with the with that kind of cars.
And they like so much to say, "Daddy, come to play with cars."
Yeah.
It's nice. It's very nice. Do you know what? There are also some people who like so much to do genealogy. This is another hobby. Genealogy is the investigation that you do about about the history of your family.
Yeah.
To
Right?
me, a tree.
A family tree.
Yeah.
Know who was your great grandfather, where they came from, what's the origin of your last name. So don't you practice genealogy?
Maybe.
No, I don't practice
I don't.
genealogy.
I never practice.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, could be.
All right. Well, so what about you, Viri? What about you, Belém? Don't you practice genealogy?
No, teacher, I never. I never practice.
It is interesting because there you can find where is your family from originally. Where is originally your family from?
Yes, teacher. I don't have time.
That's it. Yes, you know what? I guess that the problem is that we are all of the time so busy. We are working, we are studying, and we are doing things. So it's okay, of course, but it would be so nice to have time for having any hobby. All right. Well, I don't know if you want to say anything else or if you want to ask something.
No, miss.
No,
Well,
teacher.
nobody? All right. Well, I thank you so much, very much, for your attention and for your attendance today, and meet you next class. See you next week.
Thank you, Miss.
Next week, teacher.
Thank you,
Thank
Maya.
you. Have a
Bye,
very good
everybody.
night.
It was
Have
a
a nice
pleasure.
week.
I see you next week.
Likewise. Thank
Bye.
you. Night.
Good
Bye,
night,
miss.
teacher.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Bye.